How's it going, lads? It's John with you back again, and this is video number 4 on the Brummbar. It's build update number 3, but it's video number 4 because I'm including the unboxing as part of that. So you have to excuse a bit of the noise outside in the middle of the day, and it's quite a noisy neighbourhood. I blame the neighbours for that. But anyway, in the first video, obviously I did the unboxing. The second and the third video, which was build update 1 and 2, we got the Brummbar built, okay, and then we broke it down. We've it all broken down into its various little components, ready for painting. Okay, so now I've started on the painting. So I'm going to show you each step that I've done. Okay, I'm not going to show you how to paint. We all know how to paint. No one wants to see somebody sort of there for 20 minutes spray painting an item. You know, unless you come into little detail things and something new. Well, there's nothing new. I'm not doing anything new on this one. Another little thing, the way sort of you change your mind as you're building things is unbelievable. When I originally started this, I said, oh, I might do a bit of Zimmerit on it, and I was really there, and I was saying, oh yeah, I'm mad to do the Zimmerit, and I am mad to do Zimmerit, but I've never done it before. Okay, there's loads of different products that are there for doing Zimmerit, and I said what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a standalone video on trying out different methods of doing Zimmerit, whether they work or not. I'm going to show it. It might be a long video, I don't know, because I haven't done it yet. I'm just gathering information, gathering little bits and pieces to do the video, and it's to see, you know, what works for me, okay, and it might work for you, might not work for you, okay. But I decided against doing Zimmerit on this one. I said I'd save that till a later date. I'd do it on another vehicle. I'd like to do it on a Tiger. Yeah, I'll get my hands on a Tiger one of these days, and I'm going to do it on a Tiger. So then I said, alright, what I'll do is I'll do the hairspray method on it, just purely because I said I'd do one thing. Oh, I have to do something different on it. And then when I looked at the vehicle, I went, there isn't really that kind of big enough surfaces and things like that to do the hairspray method on. You need it on a kind of a slightly bigger vehicle to see the effects and things. So now I've decided against that. Yeah. So I'm going back to my old NATO black, white highlights, and then do the main painting and the camouflage and all that over it. I have decided on one thing though, and I'm going to stick with that, is the camo pattern that I'm going to use. Okay, and we get out our little booklet here, and it shows the thing. I've decided to go for this pattern here. Okay, so I don't know what it's called. I'll call it the spiderweb pattern. Okay, because it kind of resembles a spiderweb. Okay, not exactly, but it'll do. Okay, so the colours I need for this, I need dark yellow and red brown. Okay, so it's the brown and white, brown and sandy coloured camouflage for that. So I'm going to do that. Okay, and then I'm going to have the two figures. They have a kind of a green uniform because they actually class themselves as artillery and not as tankers, weirdly enough. And they belong to artillery batteries, and then they were attached to tank battalions and things like that. But they decided to wear the artillery type uniform, so they actually wore green. Okay, kind of a green uniform. They did have the black caps though. Mixture of both, I don't know. Because I was following the instructions that green and the black, that's a bit of a mix-up. So I went in and did a little bit of research on the old interwebs, and I found out that, okay, and some units adopted the full uniform of the tankers, some didn't, and it was a case of these vehicles came out towards the end of the war, so it was literally a case of what they had, give them what they had. So anyway, let's get on to the bench. I've started, like I said, I've just done the NATO black on a couple of the items, and I'll explain to you why I didn't do it on the rest of the items. Okay, so let's go down to the bench, we'll have a look, and we'll continue on with build update number 3. Alright, so here we are at build update 3. Okay, we fix the straighten your camera a bit there, John. Alright, and it's touch dry. It's not sort of setting dry, so I can touch it a little bit, not too much. Okay, I'm after giving it the it's black, NATO black, which is actually a very, very dark grey, other than the black, but it's called NATO black. And I'm after giving it its pre-shading dark colour. Okay, because the pre-shading is black or white, a dark colour and a light colour that you put on underneath your main colours, just to kind of show up little highlights and things like that. Dark and light patches and fading, dirt, sun, God knows what else. Okay, so I'm after giving it the NATO black. And another good thing about the NATO black is it'll show up any little mistakes and extra little bits of sanding you might have to do. Now I don't have any in this, thankfully. Everything seems to be good so far. I've given it a good look around, and I'm quite happy with all the little bits and pieces, all the little add-ons and things like that. I'm happy with them all. Okay, so there's our main body of our Brummbar. It's all pre-shaded black. Okay, now later on I'm going to do white, and I'm going to sort of highlight various panels that I want to sort of show a bit of fading and discoloration in. When I'm doing them, I'll show you them at that stage then, right? We've got our Scherzen plates pre-shaded as well. Black is done on them, and I also did the return rollers and the drive sprockets. Okay, so you got the drive sprockets, return rollers, or not return rollers, the drive sprockets and the idler wheels. I beg your pardon, not the return rollers, the idler wheels. So drive sprockets and the idler wheels, I've also done them. Okay, now I have not done the wheels. Okay, or I have not done the little return rollers. Okay, I have not done them, and I've not done the figures or the track. Okay, why haven't I done them? To be quite honest with you, it's a waste of paint. Yep, it's going to be a waste of paint. To me, it's a waste of paint. Okay, I think it's a waste of paint because you're not going to get that much of a discoloration and a fading done on the wheels, and by the time you've given them their base colour and then you've given them a wash and a bit of dirty and things like that, it's not going to see anyway. So it's a waste of paint going to all that, covering them all in the NATO black and this, that and the other, and you're only wasting your time, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to continue on with the, wait till I get to the normal painting stage. Excuse me fingernails, look at that, the dirt in my hands. That's from holding that and not wearing gloves when I'm painting. Don't like wearing gloves, I can always wash my hands. So anyway, the wheels will all be painted at a later stage, and people might be wondering what this yuck is here at the side. It's a bit of corrugated cardboard cut up into little strips, put all together, and then bound with a bit of masking tape. And I use that for holding things for painting. Okay, loads of other little ideas. You can use a bit of styrofoam like I have here, and I've super glued. Yep, super glued. In a spot that you're not going to see, I've super glued the stick to it. Just snip the pointy bit off one of the sticks, super glued into the back of that, and with your pointy stick then that'll stick into styrofoam. So that's another handy tip. And then of course you've got the wooden block that Simon made me. He put my logo on it and everything else. It's all been discoloured and everything else at this point in time. But the other little block with all the little holes in it, and that works as well. So there's my few little painting hints and tips. Okay, little objects to make your painting easier. So in the next clip now, we're going to go on. I'm going to leave this dry. I'm going to leave it dry overnight actually, because I've got started a course recently, and it's quite intensive, and I've got lots of work to do. Homework, my God, it's like being back to school. So I can leave this dry overnight, and then I'll go off and I'll give it the white highlights, leave that dry for a while, and then go on and give it the sandy colour. Okay, and then leave the sandy colour dry, and then give it the spider web camouflage. Like, unlike building, with building you can kind of keep going and get it all built. You can nearly build a kit in a day if you've got, if you've got that kind of free time to start to finish. You can nearly build it in a day, depending on the kit, obviously. Some kits are a bit more extensive, but with the painting you can't, because you have to leave different coats dry, especially when you're doing undercoats. Okay, yes, you want it kind of the effect coming through of the dark and the white, but you don't want it to bleed through. Okay, so we leave that. So in the next clip now, I'll have the white done, little sections of white to highlight the different areas. So when I go over it with the thing, you're going to have kind of light and dark of the same colour. Okay, it's kind of modulation without actually doing the modulation. So next clip, like I said, I'll have the white sections done on these pieces here. Alright, so here we are now, and I've got the pre-shading done, the preparation for actually, our painting. So, I'm going to leave the video after this, and I do the actual painting in another video, but this is all sort of preparation for painting. So, what I'm after doing, I'll show you. Okay, I'm literally only just after finishing. I'm after giving it the white highlights. Okay. So that we call the white bits the highlights and the black bits are the low lights. Okay, and what we're after doing is we're after giving a bit of colour variation. So when we go adding our desert yellow or our dark yellow, whichever colour you want to use, okay, dunkelgelb, so any sort of sandy colour. Okay, so when we give it the sandy colour, if you put it on nice and lightly, okay, what I mean by lightly is give it a couple of oversprays, leave it dry, overspray again, leave it dry. Okay, and what it'll do is it'll all be the same colour as in the sandy colour, but you get bits that are sort of slightly darker and lighter. So what ends up then, you don't get, like, especially if everything's going to be all the one colour, you don't end up with the same colour everywhere. Okay, you get a kind of a slight variation in the colours. Okay, so there's our preparation for painting. Okay, we've got our pre-shading. Okay, our pre-shading done. Okay, so when we go over it then with the dark yellow, it'll already be shaded, shaded, and we've got the centre of our panels done as well. Okay, and I also did a light bit on the centre of the wheels. The bigger wheels. Okay, so you're going to get a slight little bit of variation on them. I've also done laid down base colours. Okay, so there's the colours of our uniform. The lad's uniform is going to be. I haven't done any, the belts and shoes and any of that kind of stuff yet. So what I've done is I've sprayed them all that. Okay, the green, and then I've gone in when I've done the flesh. Okay. No, it didn't really matter that I've gone over it or anything like that, because I'm going to do all the little detail painting them with a small brush, and I'm going to kind of fill in right up to the cuffs of the shirt, the collar, things like that, sort of fill back in again. Okay, so we've got our flesh done. So what's next to be done is, we give them eyebrows, eyes, all that kind of stuff can go in at that stage. Also, all the other colours, like the black and the hat, he's going to have a belt, his boots, very little more to do to the figures, because they're pretty basic. They're in there kind of just a shirt and trousers. Same with our commander figure here, so we've only got half a man, so we just got a belt to do, and his hat in different colours. But you can see here with the collar, I'm after getting flesh in there in the collar. And at this point in time, I don't really care. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't really matter too much. Also got their hair to do, so I got to decide on what hair colours we're going to have for them. Okay, one of them is going to be blonde and one of them is going to be brown hair. Simple as that. So that's all a kind of you'd call it preparation for painting. In other words, they're not going to end up like this. Okay, because there's overspray and all that kind of stuff, and then we do our filling in and making it all fit and look right then when we go in further doing it. So I'm going to leave the video at this. Like I said, in our next video then we're going to start on the dark yellow. Okay, and I'll show you at what I'll do is I'll do it on the main one, and we can be able to see what I mean about light layers. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll do a layer, I'll show you what it looks like, do another layer, and you can see it then slowly build up to what I want. Okay, so I'll catch you in the next video. Stay safe, enjoy your modelling in the meantime. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you've not already subscribed, and if you have, thank you very much. I do appreciate it, I really, really do. So until the next time, this is John saying I'll catch you on the next one. Stay safe and be nice to one another. Now that I always say, be nice to one another. Oh yeah, and don't forget, go out and buy yourself a kit, build it and enjoy it. This is John signing off. I'll catch you next time.